Hi, Precious Heart. Thank you for joining us for our weekly vlog. We were told by the ancient prophets and seers that there would come a time in the not too distant future when we would ascend into a new heaven and a new earth. They revealed that when that happened, our earthly bodies would be transfigured into expressions of vibrant health, eternal youth, and infinite physical perfection. Well, we are in the midst of that cosmic moment, and even though humanity is receiving more assistance from the heavenly realms than ever before, our physical transformation from carbon-based to crystalline-based cells will not occur without our deliberate participation. This divine alchemy will only occur through our intentional, conscious, and cooperative efforts with our I Am presence, our body elemental, and the kingdom of the elements who have selflessly dedicated their lives to helping us. There are light workers who have been preparing for decades for this moment. Others have recently awakened and are just beginning to realize the opportunity at hand. There are many others who are still in a deep sleep spiritually and do not have a clue about what is happening to them at this time. For this reason, there is an urgency of the hour. Because of the urgency of the hour, a special cosmic dispensation has been granted by our Father, Mother God. This dispensation is allowing the mighty Elohim and the directors of the elements to assist humanity in unprecedented ways. These beings of light have been given permission to work with the body elementals of humanity to greatly accelerate the divine alchemy of transforming our third and fourth dimensional planetary carbon-based cells into fifth dimensional crystalline-based solar light cells. This will allow the I Am presence of every person, including the millennials, the children, and the asleep and recalcitrant souls, to take full dominion of their thoughts, words, actions, and feelings much sooner than any of us ever dreamed possible. The reasons for this divine intervention are manifold, but most importantly, it is due to the fact that as we are lifted up, all life is lifted up with us. When we apply the universal truths associated with physical transformation, which are being revealed to humanity by the mighty Elohim, we will create an upward rush of divine love and light. This will actually form a pathway for our sisters and brothers in the family of humanity to follow as they ascend up the spiral of evolution into the fifth dimensional realms of infinite physical perfection associated with the new earth. The mighty Elohim and the directors of the elements have been given permission to amplify 1,000-fold every effort we make toward this holy endeavor. This will be accomplished through our newly empowered planetary grid of transfiguring divine love. Daily and hourly, these beings of light will work with our I Am presence and our body elemental to transform our carbon-based earthly bodies into the infinite physical perfection of our fifth dimensional crystalline-based solar light bodies. In the beginning, our body elemental was able to easily outpicture the vibrant health, eternal youth, and infinite physical perfection encoded in our RNA and DNA messenger codes. This was largely due to the active elemental vortices within each of our earthly bodies. These vortices energized and sustained the elements within each of our bodies, which allowed the elementals to help us maintain the patterns of physical perfection originally intended by our Father, Mother God. Unfortunately, after the fall, everything changed. our elemental vortices became dormant, and humanity began manifesting the maladies of aging, disease, illness, and every other human affliction. Now humanity is reversing the adverse effects of the fall, and the directors of the elements have given the body elementals permission to reactivate the elemental vortices within our earthly bodies. This heavenly assistance will greatly accelerate our physical transformation. Prior to our embodiment on earth, for the first time, our I Am presence was assigned a guardian angel and a body elemental that agreed to serve with us throughout our earthly sojourns. Once that decision was made, our body elemental created 5 elemental vortices designed to energize and rejuvenate our earthly bodies on a daily basis. The first vortex to be created was the ether vortex, which pulsates above our head. The ether vortex bathes our 4 earthly bodies with rarefied ethers that pulsate with the divine potential of limitless physical perfection. The next vortex to be created was the air vortex, which pulsates in the area of our throat chakra. The unformed primal light for our etheric body is magnetized through this vortex. Our etheric body is associated with the air element. It interpenetrates every cell and organ and extends a little beyond our physical body. Our etheric body is comprised of very sensitive chemical ethers that record every thought, word, feeling, and action we express. This earthly body is considered the seat of all memory. A portion of our etheric body serves as our personal Akashic records. This is where all of our etheric records and memories are maintained, and this portion of our etheric body embodies with us lifetime after lifetime. The next vortex to be established was the fire vortex, which pulsates in the area of our sternum in the middle of our chest. The unformed primal light for the mental body is magnetized through this vortex. Our mental body is associated with the fire element. The intent of our mental body is to keep our I Am presence connected with the divine mind of God and the realms of thought. This vehicle allows us to effectively utilize our creative faculties of thought while we are learning to become co-creators. There is a lot of discussion at this time as to whether the brain and the mind are the same thing or if they are 2 separate entities. The Company of Heaven has revealed that our mind, which is our mental body, and our physical brain structure are 2 separate entities. Our mental body functions in alignment with the divine mind of God and the realms of thought. This vehicle is always whole and complete. Our physical brain is the instrument through which our mental body expresses thoughts in the physical plane. Just like we are not our physical body, our brain is not our mental body. Our physical brain can be damaged or chemically unbalanced, which causes mental illness and prevents us from clearly expressing thoughts. But this does not affect our mental body. Even if a person is in a coma or unable to express thoughts in any way, their mental body is still processing their experiences, and everything is being recorded in their etheric body. Nothing in our earthly experience is ever lost, regardless of outer appearances. The next vortex to be established by our body elemental was the water vortex, which pulsates in the area of our root chakra at the base of our spine. The unformed primal light for the emotional body is magnetized through this vortex. Our emotional body is associated with the water element. This is our largest earthly vehicle. Our emotional body surrounds our physical body and extends for several feet in every direction. Approximately 80% of our energy is released through our emotional body. The remaining 20% is expressed through our thoughts, words, and actions. The fifth and final vortex to be established by our body elemental was the earth vortex. This vortex pulsates in the area between our feet. The unformed primal light for our physical body is magnetized through this vortex. This vortex grounds our physical body and allows us to easily navigate around in the third and fourth dimensions. Our physical body is associated with the earth element. The Company of Heaven is asking us to focus on this information this week so that our I Am presence and our body elemental can prepare our dormant elemental centers to be open to full breath. Next week, the Elohim and the directors of the elements will guide us through an activity of light that will restore our elemental vortices to their full divine potential. God bless you, dear one. I look forward to being with you next week.